chat over here. I'm just gonna move this over here so it's not in the way. Hello. Hang on, I'm gonna connect my tablet to the internet. That way I can see the chat and see what people are saying. Turn down the volume. And I'm hoping it loads because it's been buggy. Hey everybody. Sorry, I'm like 12 minutes-ish late. Ooh, spoiler. I had to eat dinner. For this live stream, I'm gonna be, ooh. Hang on. I need a sec. I made this live stream so I could answer some questions, basically. So my past 2 live streams have basically just been me drawing and coloring whatever. But I want this one to be a little special because just recently we hit 30,000 subscribers. First of all, thank you guys. But I wanted to dedicate this one to you guys, so maybe if you guys have any questions for me or any questions about how I do art that I can answer for you, I'll be able to demonstrate it during this live stream. So, yeah. How are you guys doing? What did I think of The Amazing Digital Circus episode 6? It's had me in a chokehold. And if I'm being totally honest, I have a drawing that I'm actually in the middle of right now that I can't exactly show you guys yet because it's only halfway done. But it's like fully colored and everything. It's gonna be so cool. I may give a sneak peek during this live stream, but who knows. I've basically been drawing a lot of Jax because that was kind of his episode to shine. Yeah, I should have it up either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Part of me wants to be really excited and just like post it as soon as tomorrow, but I need to stay on a schedule, so. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I just ate dinner. I just like the guns and Pomni the Evil. That was, yeah. I loved seeing her come out of her shell that episode. I need to get something here for you guys to look at because I feel like I'm just talking and there's like a blank thing of paper right now. The goal is to fill up an entire page, but it's basically, because there's more people here, I'm going to kind of re-explain what I'm going to be doing today. Since I hit 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to be answering your guys' questions. It could be personal questions towards me, or it can be art questions, and if I'm answering like an art-based question, I'll like demonstrate it so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like, how do I shade stuff, or how I draw something specific, you know? My husband Miguelito. Are you talking about like Miguel O'Hara? Hello. Is your buster playing? Yeah. I hope YouTube doesn't come after me with a was it copyright? Toby himself has been saying, "Hey, yeah, my music's copyright free. People can use it in the background of their videos." And I think the publisher or the guy or like the company that he works with to upload the music, they've been like cracking down on people. So What is your favorite food? Oh, burritos. Specifically the kind my dad makes. Do you have a animal? Yeah, I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. Although one of the cats is my baby. His name is Max. And then I have a fictional cat named Bugs who turned 3 on August 5th. And I've drawn him before. Actually, I'm gonna pin that real quick because I feel like at some point during the live I'm gonna flip this, and it's gonna like completely reveal what I've been working on. And mind you, I am eager to show you guys this drawing, but at the same time, I want there to be like an element of surprise, you know? Hello, hi Red. Oh no, La 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 versus Beep Boop is coming back. Oh no. That was fun last live. Hey, now are you excited that Silk Song is coming out in 2 weeks? Silk Song? I don't think I've heard about that actually. What is that? Does anybody have any tutorial suggestions? Like is there anything art related that you guys want to see? Like a tutorial of, or how to do? What should you draw? You should draw digital circus fan art. Draw your favorite scene from episode 6 if you've seen it. I see you have a Zubo profile picture, so I know you watched the show. Draw shoes. If you're asking about a tutorial, that is probably the one thing I can't teach you guys how to draw, because even I don't know how to draw shoes, if I'm being completely honest. I swear every Deltarune chapter there's some new Tumblr sexy man. Yeah, I agree. Are we complaining though? No. Can you teach us how to draw muscles? Because I'm terrible at drawing that. I can try. I am also, there's like specific things that I am good at, and there's things that I'm terrible at. Some of the things I cannot draw are clothing folds, unless I just, you know, fake it till I make it. Fire, shoes, and cars. Like, those are the main things I don't know how to draw. Oh no, I'm gonna let my cat out of my room. Hey, baby. And then with muscles, I'm like, I kind of know how. I feel bad. You guys are like telling me, hey, can you help me out with this? And I'm like, I don't know how either. I can try muscles though. I can't. I'm not a pro at that. $21. All right. I did say 21. I think it's delayed though. Okay, I'm gonna start trying to draw muscles. Just a very forewarning. I'm not good at it, or I'm not like a professional. So take the logistics of what I'm saying with a grain of salt. It's anything that I give you guys advice on is solely my method. I am completely self-taught. I have not taken like professional classes or anything like that. So, will you ever draw the best TV Tumblr sexy man? Are you guys talking about Tenna? It's 200 years later. Okay, to be fair, there's like a 10-20 second delay with the YouTube live stream. So what you guys are seeing is like 10-20 seconds old. So muscles. Say you have like a neck here. Well, what I do first, before anything else, like before I even draw the muscles, I kind of break everything down into their basic shape. It helps knowing like where all the bumps and all like the little, actually no, I don't even know how to start this. It's like, when you study the structure of like muscles and stuff, you kind of get a feel for where, like how the body moves, where there's like little bumps and stuff on the body, how it gives it like form, and like, you know, the muscle look. I have this book actually that's really good. It's the Anatomy book by Taco, and you kind of see what I mean. Like it breaks it down. Like it helps you see the neckline and the shoulder part is like a rhombus shape. The shoulder blades. I'm trying to find the one about like. There's a lot of things that we could look at in here, but it like basically breaks everything down into like a super simple shape. Helps you like it takes like every part of it. So what I do is, you know, I get the simple shape of the body. Usually it's like a, if it's men, I kind of go for like a Dorito shape, even though it's not every guy. I think I know words. Whew. Sorry, I'm a little jittery right now. I know that we have rib cages, so whenever I draw like the upper torso, I'm not like flat with it. I do like a little arch. And then when I know that the arm is connected here, I don't just go straight up. I kind of like go in like this. I'll draw the arm later, but just pretend, you know, like it's the body's not 2D, it's 3D. So you're gonna have like this side, and this is where the arm is. With the neck too, it's not just like a straight line down into the shoulder. You have like the neck muscle, and that could be as thick or as thin, depending on like the body type of a person. And then you have the shoulders. Now arms, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know the exact anatomical structure for the muscles. However, what I do is I know there's like, let me think. You have the big muscle here, you know, and then you have something underneath. And then you have your, so, I think of the joints, and then I just kind of build off of that. So I have my shoulder, I have my elbow, and then I have like my wrist, right? And you have your muscles in your upper arm, you have your muscles in your lower arm. So this is gonna be like the elbow. No, I don't like that. That's wrong way. Don't copy that. We're gonna say the elbow joint thing is here. And then just like, I don't go like super crazy or bulgy with the muscles. You don't want them to be bulgy because then they won't be like realistic. Unless it's like a stylistic choice, but I just make sure that they're not too bulgy, and I don't make them too straight or too bumpy. It's just got like a curve. They usually like will thin out. Cause right here I have a slight bump that just kind of goes into another bump, and then another bump this way. Usually I want to say there's like two-ish bumps per side. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a professional. But that's kind of just what I do. I have not been reading the chat. One moment. Can you break down stuff into basic shapes? That I can do. And that I do feel more confident in. So, specifically with shapes, let me think. Because this could apply to like multiple different things. Say you want to draw just a basic body, right? What I learned is, and there's this tutorial, I believe, by Miss Kiri J. She was like an older, she posted a lot, years back. But she had this like anatomy series, and the very first episode that she had was, gesture drawing. Which is basically not drawing your entire thing, but just basically like a super simple drawing. You have the head as the circle, the body as a rectangle, and the limbs as triangles. It's not very dynamic, but you can make it dynamic. Just all it takes is, you know, kind of being flexible with it. Instead of making it so rigid and stiff, you take the shapes and you bend them. kind of like this. You could even divide them into 2 different bits. Like when I drew the leg here, I just drew one triangle, but since it's sitting, I kind of broke it down into 2. And that is definitely like the biggest piece of advice I can give you when you're starting out and wanting to learn anatomy. Don't take every little detail so literally, because you're gonna get distracted by all the nitty-gritty. Focus on the most basic features, and that's just the shape of, you know, whatever pose or the body is. It helps to have like real people. So what's a good exercise is you do this, but you're looking at an image of a real person, and you're not copying that image like line for line, but you're instead looking for like the basic shape in that person and kind of just breaking down the pose into those shapes only, and that is all you're doing. Like so. Does that kind of make sense? Hi, Ro. I'm going to erase these. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, biggest thing if you want to start out with drawing poses, or getting into like just starting out with anatomy, don't focus on all the little details right away. Just focus on breaking it down into its simplest form, shapes, and then over time you can, you know, bend those shapes, contort the shapes, add more shapes. Yes, Miss Nax, honestly, if you become an art teacher, you'd be a cool art teacher. The idea of becoming a teacher is actually pretty daunting, if I'm being honest. Like, I say that as, you know, can I call myself a content creator? I don't know. But as somebody who's growing on the YouTube platform and intends to make content to kind of both entertain and educate people, just the idea of being a teacher for a classroom full of, like, a bunch of kids is a little intimidating, I think. And another thing, I guess, would be like, if I did ever become an art teacher, I would want to be the kind of art teacher that teaches you these fundamentals. Because, unfortunately, every art class that I have taken at high school, which I don't really count, at least not for me, the Art 1 class that I took, my sophomore year of high school, just broke down, like, the very, very basic principles of art, and it was all through projects. And then art 2, 3, 4, and even AP art. Well, not AP art. I'm not gonna count that. Art 2, 3, art 2 and 3. We didn't learn any. We didn't learn anatomy. We didn't learn how to draw people. We didn't learn like, you know, how to actually study these things. We just did projects on different art movements, which I do agree, and I do believe that it's important to learn about those art movements, but I don't feel like it helped me or improve my skills in any way. And that's another thing too, is I have a tendency to ramble, and my brain is very, very like scrambled a lot of the time. Like kind of right now, like as you guys are asking me questions on how to explain stuff, I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. Or I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm talking really fast, and I feel like I'm kind of rambling on about different things in between. So sorry if that's confusing. That's why I never liked art class, was because it was filler fun things instead of building blocks. I agree. So yeah, if I ever did become an art teacher, I would, if I had control of the curriculum, it would definitely be to teach the fundamentals of artwork. Because that is something that I am proficient at, and I believe that anybody who wants to take art doesn't want to just be doing a bunch of projects. They want to actually learn about art. At least I hope so. Your prince is here, Nat. He is here. He is crowned number 1. Hello? I just realized that. I feel like I'm behind the chat, and I'm sorry about that. I do not like this. We are getting rid of this. What would you guys like to see me draw and then color? Because I would like to share with you guys some stuff about like the alcohol markers. Just curious, are you still working on the 20K video? Yes. And I am sorry it's taken way longer. I wanted to have it actually done by the end of last month, but something that I struggle a lot with is perfectionism and feeling intimidated by like big projects like this, because it's something that I like for the long I want it to be good. I want it to be a good video, and I want the art that I make for it to be good. And originally, and I can say this right now, my original idea was to have 20 different characters all in like a giant sketchbook spread in the sketchbook, like all crammed in here. But then I was actually talking with Ron about it, and Rob was like, why don't you just split them off into like 2-3 characters per page? And then it dawned on me I could just totally do that. Cause I think a giant like spread with 20 people's OCs on it would be so cool. However, I feel like it would just be me cramming them all together, and it just, I don't know. The idea of it's exhausting, and then also I just feel like it wouldn't be like giving these characters glory, you know? Because I'm drawing my subscribers' OCs, so. And I actually already have the 20 people picked out for it. So what I'll be doing is drawing like 2 to 3 characters on each like page, so they'll have like their own spotlight in the video. So it's gonna take a little longer to get it out, but I have a lot of free time right now. So I'll be able to crack it out pretty quickly, I think. It is gonna take a while though, because it's 20 people's characters. I'd love to see some super animated expressions because I'm trying to work on those. I got you. Here. Let's say Jax, because he's like a simple character, but like with simple characters, some people maybe find it difficult to give them like super exaggerated or like expressive faces, but or maybe not. I think the cartooniness actually makes it easier, but there's a lot of different things that'll go into the expression of making a very expressive face. Like for instance, the eye shape, the eyebrow shape, how big or small the pupils are, the shape, the corners of the eyes, and if you want to exaggerate proportions too, like you don't have to like fit standard proportions if you want to make it look intense. You know, something I do whenever I feel my faces are too static, I make one eye bigger than the other. Not like that, but like one eye's more open than the other. I could do like a drawing of Jax right now, for example. If I want to make him have like a dramatic expression. Well, I can maybe have like one eye like this, where it's like and then another eye that's kind of like closed like this. And then if you want to make them look kind of crazy, something that I do is I make like the pupils different sizes. Here, I'm actually zooming because this is like really small. I don't know. The head's a little lopsided. Let me fix it. Hey, what's some advice to get better at drawing hands? Similar to how, like, the advice I gave about poses, break it down into its simplest shape. When I see a hand, and I'm just gonna pause real quick on the Jack's drawing here, I don't just draw like a flat, you know, square, because that's not what a hand is. A hand has, like, bumps and curves and different shapes in it. But, like, I guess the advice I can give you for that is, like, I guess if you want to break it down into, like, a shape, which I guess would be, like, a square, don't make it a flat square. Add like, roundness to it. Hands, especially, like, if you're looking at your right hand, it curves in. There's, like, a little divot here. And there's, like, two little, it's like a butt cheek, you know? 1, 2. Or better yet, what I do is instead of having it be one shape, I do the top part. I do this, and then I add a circle here. And then the fingers have 1, 2, 3 pieces, and then it bends at, like, 2 different, well, I think it's 3. Here, here, and here. But if I don't want to move it, just these 2. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I am also very out of touch with drawing hands, so I actually should do some studies sometime. The thumb, dee dee, dee dee. Can demonstrate coloring skin and people. Sure. I think I'm actually just gonna line this Jack's drawing. I'm not gonna really sketch it too much, because I want something I can color. So this ends up looking a little crazy. Can you give any tips on how to draw without wanting it to be perfect? So that is actually something I'm also struggling with right now, with perfectionism. And the perfectionism, sorry, family, my sisters. The biggest thing that I struggle with is not drawing at all, because when I want to draw something, I want it to be good. But the problem is, every time you draw, it's not going to be, like, a huge masterpiece. Unless, you know, you're gifted with that, then hats to you. But I unfortunately do not have that gift. I get burnt out, and if I don't like an idea, I usually do not finish it, or don't even start it. I tend to not feel like I can start something unless I truly like it, you know? And it's not, I don't want to, I don't know. It's not a good thing. It's prevented me from creating, essentially. So I've had bits where I just don't draw at all. So I think the biggest thing is to just not be so hard on yourself. If you're lacking inspiration, I would maybe try and draw in a different location than where you normally draw. Like, for instance, at home I have a hard time focusing, and so every week lately I've been going to Starbucks and just kind of hanging out there for a few hours. And when I'm there, I'm just, you know, like, there's a bunch of college students working on college work. It's like ambience and stuff, so it's like a way for me to, like, get out of the house. And it's also a way for me to just kind of focus on art and nothing else. But with just, like, creating and not being so perfectionistic, maybe just, like, let yourself make bad art, you know? Like, don't tell yourself, oh, this has to be a masterpiece. Or don't expect to make, like, some insane piece of artwork the moment you get down, or you just, like, sit down to draw. If that's something you want to do, warm up with, like, just drawing anything and everything. Let yourself draw bad artwork, or, like, you know, artwork that's, like, not perfect, and then start trying to draw. Because sometimes maybe you just need to warm up. And that is something I tend to forget to do. I should draw something not erasable. I can do a pen. What fandoms are you in? I'm honestly not in fandoms as much as I used to be, but currently I'd say Deltarune and Digital Circus. I love both very dearly. I need to draw more Deltarune art though. How many languages do you speak? I know very little Spanish, but English is my main language. I would love to learn Japanese though, because that has been like a place I've wanted to visit for years. So if and whenever I do go to visit Japan, I want to learn like at least the basics of Japanese. Hi, Death Jaws. Welcome to the live. Oh, I don't like the shape of his head here. But you know what? I chose to draw without a pencil. So we are stuck. Actually, this might be salvageable. It just might look a little wonky. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to save this because the face shape is... This is supposed to be Jax, but it looks like a messed up Easter bunny. Any tips for the side profile? Don't... Unless you're really trying to do the anime style, I would not... Well, I don't know. I can just kind of demonstrate here. I get the circle for the head. I do the flat thing, like the flat base of the face. I did the chin. Instead of going the chin straight up like a curve, I do like a flat bit, and then I kind of afterward go up. Ear. And then generally I just kind of line out, line in. Nose. I don't have the lips go all the way in. Noses, lips, chins, and foreheads. Like all the people's side, everybody's head is shaped differently. So if you're trying to go for something more realistic, I would do like studies of real people and just kind of play around with like the basic shape. But in the example that I have here, it's just kind of like, sometimes if I have the eyelashes, like I'll have them poke out from the other side. I don't draw like the eye super like right up to the bridge of the nose here, because that just kind of looks awkward. The ear is really raised. It looks a little weird. Sometimes I'll add the cheek, the eyebrow. When you have an eye, it shouldn't be circle when it's side profile. That looks weird. It's usually more oval shaped because it's looking forward. I have no idea what to draw, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm trying to draw something that's like, that'll allow me to actually give you guys advice, you know? I'm not exactly taking art, like, drawing requests, like I was, the first stream I did. I'm taking like tutorial requests, not like character drawings though. Maybe in a future live though. Are you into any musicals? Not at the moment. However, if you're asking of some that I do like, I love the Mean Girls musical, Newsies, Mamma Mia. If you hear yelling, it is because my little sister is being a pain in the butt and won't go to bed. So sorry about that. Hello, I'm new to this channel, and are you drawing Jax? I am, yeah. Because I'm gonna be coloring him and kind of showing people what I mean. I don't really like his face that much, but that's okay. Do you think you can draw better traditionally or digitally? It depends. It really depends. Because I'm good at both. I want to say my line art is better digitally, but it's so much more satisfying to color traditionally. Mamanga, are you talking to me? Because you said, oh, you don't live in America. It's because it's 6:30 here. If you're talking to me, I do. I live in the East Coast. How do you draw already starting with line art? That's insane. I don't. I'm just doing this now because I'm trying to get something quick that I can color for you guys. And this is not my best work. It's not. But just as like an example, and I can kind of go into it by starting with, I actually love coloring him because then I can do like the whole color wheel method and everything. Let me switch the LED. Sorry for anybody. Like, I hope this isn't triggering anybody's epilepsy. Just making it lighter so you can actually see like the real color of stuff. How old are you? I am 18. What kind of pen do you use? For line art, I use a mix of Microns and the Tombow Fudenosuke pen. And then this is just a pencil. It's just a really expensive pencil. But I do love these things. Have you seen the newest episode of To About Hanako-kun? Yes. I'm also caught up on the manga. And it is getting good. I'm trying to draw humans and I can't do hands. Any advice? Break it down into its most basic shape. Okay, but anyways, coloring Jax. I'll either start out with the base or I'll kind of like blend into the colors I want to use. So generally when I color him and color his eyes, his eyes are obviously yellow, but I'll usually fade it into like an orange at the top. And by doing that, I either use a pink, which will shade into an orange, because pink and yellow blending together make orange. Or I just use an orange. Or a red sometimes, but red can be very strong, so I wouldn't recommend that unless that's the effect you want to go for. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. But you see how I'm using a pink alcohol marker right now. This is pink. And it's coming up orange on the yellow. What's a face tut and why is Eva asking so much about it? They mean face tutorial, like how to draw a face. Are those a hoo-hoo? Yeah, they are. Ohuhu is my lifeline. They're so, like, for the quality of markers, they're worth the money. If you want to make the shading a little more smooth, you should start blending into your current shade with the base, or you use an in-between. But these colors are pretty close together, so I don't really need to do that. And then if you want to, like, do that and then redefine the shading once again, you can. But this, though, I might use an actual, like, darker color just so it's more defined. Kind of like that. My biggest thing with coloring with alcohol markers is layering it. The first layer will always be, like, the hardest to blend out. But as you keep layering on colors, depending on the kind of marker you have, it'll make it a lot easier to blend the colors. But sometimes with some brands, instead of making it easier to blend, it just kind of doesn't. Also, if you want to layer on a bunch of markers, you probably should get good paper. Because if you have really thin paper, then the paper's just going to tear from the alcohol. Is Jax your favorite person? No, he is not. Kinger is actually my favorite. I know it's unrelated to art, but have you beaten the Roaring Knight? I have. Oh, wait, the Roaring Knight, wait, in Chapter 3? No. If you're talking about the Titan, then yes. What kind of paper are you using? I love your drawings. I'm using the ELO sketchbook. It's basically a sketchbook that's intended for alcohol markers. So the paper doesn't bleed through super easily. It's smooth. It makes blending a lot easier. And it's square shaped, which is really nice. They're bigger and cheaper than Moleskines. I'm gonna zip. Bye, buddy. Bye-bye. They're like pricey. This one, I think, because this is a 10-inch by 10-inch sketchbook, it's pretty big. I think this one was like 20. And then I believe the 8-inch by 8-inch sketchbooks, which are also pretty, like, a good size, I believe those ones are between $16 to $18. It is worth it, though. It is. No disrespect, but why are you making his teeth so yellow? Because they are yellow. He is a purple bunny rabbit with yellow eyes and teeth. I'm trying to find the right color to color him with. There are many different shades of purple people use to color him, but I'm going to be using this one because this is the one I used on my drawing I did today. But how do you have 1 million subscribers? You're so good. I honestly don't know. I got lucky, if I'm being honest. I literally made it a goal this year to have 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I'm at 30K right now. Hello? You're very underrated. Also, I've heard around that you have a Pinterest account. What's the name so I can follow? It is the exact same name as my YouTube. Oh, how do you not have 1 million subscribers? I misread that so badly. No, but that still stands. I genuinely was not expecting my channel to grow as much as it has. So thanks again, guys. I mean it. That's actually so cool. Did I mess this up? I may have. You know what, though? You know what? we are going to work around it. With shading, I tend to pick colors that are pretty close together, not the exact same shade. Like if I color something purple, I'm not going to color with a darker purple. I am going to probably shade it with this one's kind of dark, so a blue. And then similar with the yellow. If I have yellow, I'm not going to shade it with dark yellow because that's going to make it muddy. I'll shade it with either a orange or pink, because those are right next to it, you know? If I used a purple, it would make it super muddy too, because it's an opposite. I have another blue that I need. It's a very specific color. Is it this right here? It is. Great. This is a very bad drawing, guys. I'm sorry. Or at least to my standards. This just is not my best work. When I shade, sometimes I'll go back with the base color and just kind of smooth it out, or add another coat. And then I'll tend to leave the lighter places alone, or I'll go over it again with the same color. It doesn't really matter. It always looks darker than it actually is when you first lay it on, and then it takes a couple seconds to kind of ease out. Like here, I'll have he is way more purple than I wanted him to be. I'm sorry, guys. I like the way he looks so far. Well, thank you. Thank you. It makes me feel better. Now, generally, also, it is hard to... It's kind of difficult to lay on lighter colors over darker colors with alcohol markers, but sometimes if you use enough ink, you can get it to peek through, which is what I do. Now, this also depends on how good your paper is. If you have really thin paper, then this probably won't work. If you can't do that, then I just suggest laying on the lighter color before, which is something I didn't do at the moment, but, you know, just for future reference. So this is going to look weird for a minute, and then it'll dry and it'll look like normal. It looks like he's blushing, but it's just like highlight. At least that's what I tried to do. Here, I'll lay it on beforehand this time, just so it's not so like... Or what I'll even do sometimes is I'll color the whole thing pink. Or I'll color the whole, like, very light... Usually you want to use something not so pigmented, but this is what I'm doing. So that way when you layer with darker colors, you don't... Unless this is how you roll... You don't want to start with darker colors, because it's, especially on the first layer, because it's harder to blend out, it's harder to fix mistakes, and yeah. When you start lightly and work your way there, it gets easier to blend the colors, and it's easier to fix mistakes. Let me see. What markers are you using? Ooh. Another thing with where I pick the direction of my shading, I kind of just imagine that there's a light source somewhere. I'm like kind of picturing one right here-ish. So there's like blue, you know, surrounding the side of the face. I kind of imagine what... This is where it helps to kind of understand, like, muscles and stuff, because then you can, like, imagine where the light's hitting it. it's a lot easier with a reference. But it's just kind of what I do. Oh, that looks not so good. Weird. What is the chat saying? Do you have any theories or headcanons for the amazing digital circus characters? I do, actually. And one of them is kind of sad to think about. I'm hoping everybody here is caught up on episode 6 because, yeah, one of my big theories is that I don't think Kinger is going to have a happy ending. And if he does, he's not going to escape the circus. I love Kinger, don't get me wrong. He's my favorite. But just with how it's looking and how it's like seemingly becoming a lot more clear that he had involvement with the creation of the circus. And also the fact that his wife abstracted in the circus. I do not think that he is going to make it out. And if he does, if he has that chance, he's probably going to choose to stay and die in the same place that his wife did, assuming she's dead. What am I doing with these markers? I'm like forgetting all the fundamentals here, and I'm just kind of coloring. But you know what? We ball. Guys, I'm good at art, I swear. I posted a sketch on the channel post section. I'm not able to check it right now, but I can check it after the live stream. At least I don't think I can. Oh wait, I can. On my other device. 1 second. Let me see. Oh, it looks so good. Momonga the Destroyer. The team badge. It looks just like it's from the show. That's awesome. It looks so good. This is looking so good. Thank you, Rachel. I would imagine it's like nighttime and that's the Jax looks so purple. That makes you feel better. Yeah. Like I said, I kind of picked colors from the drawing of him I made earlier today. And that drawing is very like intense. So there's like a lot of shadows. So that's why I picked a bit of a dark color for him. I also did not color him pink first, but I don't want to have to do 50,000 layers of pink, so this is what we're doing. No, I honestly just could. Hold on. I'll go over it and then I'll go back over it with pink. Which is actually what I did in my last drawing. I didn't just leave it open. I love your art style. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Let's see if I can get that hue on him a little bit more. Even just on like the regular bits here. You can start to see the pink-ish in him. And honestly, even if the color is lighter and doesn't fully show up, it still gives you that hue. Even just like if it's a little bit. So that's It's actually what I did with the drawing of Ra and I, the one that's I think my most popular short right now. I used a like light pink and a light yellow at the very end to give it like a tint and bring all the colors together. And at first I wasn't actually expecting it to look good. It was just kind of something I decided to try last minute, which is risky when you're filming a drawing. But it ended up looking really good, and I was able to get some really cool highlights out of it. I'm gonna go back over it with purple. Let's see. The pink and purple are blended really good. Thanks. I agree. These mark. Oh, that's like really bright. I am choosing really vibrant colors today. We are going to darken it, don't worry. I believe this is darker. No, it's not. Let's find something darker. I also need something darker because it basically looks like it's nighttime. You know what? We're gonna roll with this. And then I'll like shade it or whatever. These, okay, the colors do not. They are not what he normally looks like, but that's okay. See guys, this is me practicing perfectionist therapy, where I let myself draw something that's not perfect instead of giving up. Because you don't get anywhere by giving up. You don't improve by giving up. You don't learn by giving up. You learn with consistency. You get better with consistency. And perseverance and determination. Did you guys see what I did there? Alright. Do you like cats or dogs better? I love cats. Hands down. Cats, I'm a cat person. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a bunch of people now. Hello. Oh my gosh. I am drawing Jax. Probably should shade this a little bit. This might be really blue. Oh, actually, no. Oh, that's perfect. It's like a perfect blue. And now, okay. This is my really goofy looking Jax drawing that I just finished. What was your favorite part from episode 6? Honestly, the fight between Jax and Pomni. That was pretty, well, one, we learned a lot about, you know, Jax. But also, like, it was cool because I feel like every time he tried pushing her away and, like, thwarting her attempts to get closer to get him to actually, like, show emotion, like, she did not back down from that at all. And it's very obvious that she can tell that he's not being completely honest with her, and that's why she's not giving up on him. People are thinking that he's going to abstract next episode. I think that, you know, I think she might, you know, help him, actually. I think he has a possibility to be redeemed or saved. Do you like Gangle because she's kind of the artish one? I'm gonna be so for real. Please do not hate me. She is honestly one of my least favorite characters. I don't hate her. It's just I'm not really a fan of her character. I feel like where everybody else has had some kind of development, I feel like she's had, like, up until this episode, really the least amount. Can you draw me new? I am not taking character requests or drawing particular people right now. Sorry. Here. What else? What would you guys like to see me color? Or, like, what would you guys like to see me draw? Something that you can learn from. Or something that can, like, answer a question you guys, like, have. Do you like Spider-Verse? I do, yes. How long are you live? I was thinking of going for, like, an hour or two. Like, an hour and a half, 2 hours. This one's probably not going to be as long as, my previous live streams, just because it's kind of late. Yeah, episode 4. If I were to, like, put the episodes in order from my top favorite to my least favorite, it would be episode 6, episode 5, episode 3, episode 2, episode 4, and then episode 1. Do you like Gaslight District? I have not seen the entirety of Gaslight District yet. I saw, like, half the first episode, but then I got sidetracked, and then I haven't picked back up on it. I need to watch it again. Ooh, this is, like, off camera. Wait. No. What kind of markers are you using? They look good to color with. Oh, hoo hoo. Have you seen Gravity Falls? I have not. It's on my list. My sister is obsessed with it, or was. So I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it myself. Banger music in the background. Toby Fox invented music. That's just, you know, that's how it is. I don't make the rules. What pen do you use? This is a Fudenosuke, Tombow Fudenosuke. I could put it right here. Right here. Why is it blurry? Hang on. There we go. I'm currently watching The Wild Robot. This is the third time I have cried. It is such a good movie. Do you like Forrest Frank? I don't know what that is. Hi, Ra. Welcome back. Oh, no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write a chat bubble right here. And I'm gonna let you guys decide what she says. But in order for me to write what she says, I need you guys to unanimously agree on, like, either a quote or something funny. Just like, yeah. I just want to make her say something. I don't know. I like eating uranium. That's funny. I eat crayons. I feel so Sigma. Upvote. I eat aluminum. Guys, I've done La 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 before. I have it a laser pointere. I eat wood. Why is everybody saying things like I eat? I eat. I'm a brick eater. I eat crayons. I eat markers. I hydrogen peroxide. I eat aluminum oil. I'm old. I eat people. Why your voice is so relaxing? Oh, thank you. I am glad. I am glad. The fitness gram pacer test. That's funny. I like me. I love the reference. Oh my gosh, hi Junie. Hello. Yeah, I watched Steven Universe. Back, it was like a couple years ago, but I watched the show. Guys, I'm seeing way too... I'm not seeing a unanimous decision, so I don't know what to write. I'm seeing lots of different... I eat... insert word here. Just make them say bleh, I don't know. I do say that, like, on a regular basis, actually. If I don't know what else to say, I'm just like, bleh. Or I text that, I don't really say it, but... Burp, that's... That's funny. I see burp. I see I eat bricks. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Right now, you can save 50 pounds per person. That's $200 off for a family of 4. Pounds off for a family of 4. I messed that up. I am sorry, guys. The fitness gram pacer test. I am the smiling cat under your bed. You know what's funnier than 24? 25. I am actually a graduate of the class of 25. So I can quote that till the cows come home. And burp. So I'm seeing burp. I'm seeing I eat bricks. I'm seeing nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I'm seeing the fitness gram pacer test. What are we thinking? Hamburger. That's funny. You have school in 2 days? Good luck. My younger sibling starts school tomorrow, actually. But I don't. I get to sleep in. Suckers. Wait, can I do a poll? Let's see if I can do a poll. Oh, I can. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm holding my phone. Okay, I'm starting a poll. I'll let you guys... Sorry, I thought it ended there for a second. It was like, I hit a button. Let me see. I'm gonna give it like 2 more minutes, and then actually no, I'm just gonna give it 1 more minute, and then whichever one scores the highest I will write. In the meantime, I am going to clean up this doodle a little bit. You guys are all neck and neck. I'm gonna give it 20 seconds, and then whatever it is after 20 seconds, I'll write. 20. Can I turn up the music's volume a little bit? I'm gonna say no, just because I don't want YouTube to come after me. Because they've been very adamant about copyright. Alright, I'm gonna check it now. Okay, I eat bricks and hamburger is tied. So we are now going to... One more poll, guys. I'm sorry, I keep like moving my thing. Okay, hamburger 1, guys. Gotta go have a fun rest of the live stream. Alright, bye-bye, Ra. Have a good night. And I think here's what I'll do in homage to the hamburger. Also because I don't draw bugs enough I haven't drawn bugs enough lately. Scribbles juice singing where you at? I love Scribble Juice. I'm gonna try and draw a hamburger from memory. I don't know what I'm drawing. This is supposed to be lettuce? That is... Okay. We're gonna... That's not lettuce. That was supposed to be lettuce. Oh, this looks terrible. Okay, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I just drew the world's weirdest looking burger. This is what happens when I don't draw things without a reference sometimes. Let me look at the chant. I think you're really big in the future and how hard it can be, so just keep trying, don't give up. Thank you, Kamanari. Can you give me a song to make an animatic to? You should make an animatic to The Tornado by Owl City. I love your art. Thank you. Hold on, the chat is moving way too quickly. The chat is very active. Well, yeah, it is. Woo. Drawn Gangle in my lap is yours. I have never drawn Gangle, actually. I should. Dare I draw her from memory? And without a pencil. We're doing it. If this ends up looking terrible, I apologize. Wait, actually? This is kind of eating. Can you guys... This is not center. I am so sorry. I'm gonna go live. See ya. Okay, bye-bye. I have not drawn ribbons in a hot minute. Do you draw better digital or traditionally? It depends. Today, I cooked up a really good drawing. I'd say my line art is better digitally, and then my coloring, it's a lot more satisfying when it's traditional. I also do a lot more traditional art than I do digital art, but if I actually sit down and decide to be patient with a digital drawing, it turns out really good. I have a question for you now. Are you going to make the video about the drawing your fans will see soon? Yes. I'm going to actually be working on it this week. I was planning on getting it done sooner, but I just wasn't happy with the idea or what I was originally going to do. And also was just like I had stuff going on as well. But I have a better idea now, and I think it's going to be cool. So, yeah. I'm sorry it's taken a hot minute. First day of school in 9 hours? Good luck. The real question is, could I draw Pomni from memory? I can. I've actually drawn her enough to where I know what her design is. Like, I don't need a reference to know what Pomni looks like. I'm probably going to end the live in like 15 minutes. Just letting you guys know. Can you draw Ralsei by memory? Which version? Have I ever drawn Asgore running over Des? I have not. I should though, huh? Probably not right now, because that's gonna be something that'll be pretty detailed, but... To anybody who's drawing right now, what are you guys drawing? Drawing Ragatha, my dog. Jax. Team Bad Guys. A lot of Digital Circus stuff, which is cool. Where is the one color I need? Hello? Sorry, I'm like looking over into my markers. Found it. Thinking of doing like a raffle soon for like commissions. I don't know if that's something y'all are interested in, but sometime, I think next week maybe, I'm thinking of reopening commissions and also doing a contest. Kind of, where it's like every, basically like, you can earn points by, like commissioning me and stuff. And then at the end of it, I'll host like a raffle where somebody can get a free commission. I don't know. Let me read the chat. I was wondering if in your free time you may draw me a profile picture. Not at the moment. On that note, though, I do take commissions. So, what kind of anime do you watch? Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I watch a lot of indie shows. I watch right now. I just recently I finished the Apothecary Diaries, which is really, really good. I strongly recommend it. Have you seen Murder Jones? I have. It is really good. It's really cute. I didn't understand what was happening the first time I watched it, though. I had to, like, watch it again. My worst problem with commissions is not having an idea for what to commission for. That's fair. In my experience, whenever I've commissioned artists, it, like, I commissioned Stress Pigeon to draw my boyfriend and I. And then, there was another artist that I knew who needed help affording art supplies, and so I pitched in. Now you're gonna color the hamburger? Maybe. I'm honestly, like, I'm getting tired. So I feel like, which I'm also sorry if I'm like, if this live stream hasn't been like as upbeat or productive as my previous live streams. I'm just tired. I'm gonna see the chat. Do you have pink hair like that in real life? Because it's really cool. I do, yeah. I keep having to re-dye it because at the moment I'm using like this like cheap box dye I got at a garage sale. Only $1 a box though, so worth it. Yeah, it's kind of faded right now, but usually my hair will be pink and I'll have the purple tips too. I got like a peekaboo bleach, which is basically where the under layer of my hair is bleach blonde. I got that done back in like January, and then in like late May, I decided to dye my hair pink. Because I'd wanted to for a couple months now, but back when I was in school, I had a job. And, I mean, they would have allowed the partial dye, I guess. But at the time, I just didn't think it was worth it. But then I was like, you know what? I want to dye my hair pink, so I did. And then I haven't gone back. I'm actually going to be dyeing my hair red next weekend. So, because now I'm like getting experimental. I'm like, okay, I like this and I like this. I don't like this. But I want to try this. So I'm hoping that turns out good. That's not going to change how my Sona looks, though. I just want to try it out. I need a purple. I need a purple to dye her tips. Please. Here we go with like a blue, so the colors blend. You know what I might do? I might try and do another live stream within like the next, like maybe like 2 weeks from now. Because I normally do them once a month, but... And in all fairness, too, this one was kind of like just a spontaneous decision. Normally I plan them out like a week in advance. Will it be similar time? Well, my live streams usually last about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I think my last one was actually 3 hours, which was not what I intended, but I had to finish the drawing I was working on. And also, it was just fun getting to interact with everybody, too. So I kind of lost track of time. But, yeah, that's usually how long my live streams go for. This one's going to be kind of short, because it's almost 10:30 where I'm at right now. I might try and do one maybe during the day as well. Especially now that my, my siblings are back in school, so the house will be a lot more quiet. That's why I do the live streams at night. Because my house gets kind of loud sometimes. So it just has like, it's quieter. Read the chat. How expensive are those markers? I don't actually know. I know it's less than $1 per marker because it's a hoo-hoo. It's like they're not super cheap, but they're also not super expensive either. For the quality you get for these, the price is so worth it. How do you make your sketchbook spreads? Like I draw on each corner of mine, it looks boring. This is not a good example if you're asking about sketchbook spreads, but if you're talking about my other sketchbook, which I can... Where did I put it? Over here. This one. I'm gonna give you guys some space so you guys can see. I guess a good example would be... Let's see. Here, this one's super detailed. And this is also a bigger sketchbook, but this right here, I just was kind of trying to fill up the space, and so I made the most with the detail that I had, and was like, I believe I started out with this. No, I started out with this, and then drew that, and then drew the pumpkin, then that, added this later, colored this later, and then I added like just different background things to fill up the space. Please don't spam the chat. So just be like maybe make the most use of your space. Add like fun little blocks of detail. It doesn't even have to be anything too complicated, you know. It could just be like swirlies or stripes, or you know what, a border actually does so much for a page too. Like you don't even have to fill up the whole background, but if you have like a little border around what you're drawing, it can make it feel a lot more complete. Sometimes what I'll do as well is I'll break my page up into like shapes or squares ahead of time. But that's kind of uniform. But if that's what you're going for, I mean, that helps. I sometimes have a composition and then other times I don't. Like, this is also just a random collage of different sketches that I do. And then this right here is just like I sketched a wolf and then colored it, didn't like the color, and then these are just random sketches that I threw in here. Like there's Pomni in the corner, and then there's AP art concept. Seeing Asia makes me so sad. I know. Sorry. And then there's this, which is not a spread at all. It's just a giant drawing I did for AP art. Because we had to do like these big projects for the class, and this is one of the things I ended up making. Basically giving y'all a full tour. But that's sort of just like how I do things. I'm not very uniform, but I know that being uniform, if you want to have like spreads, can help. Because there's different compositions you can use. Oh, I'm going into 6th grade. I'm a bit nervous. Any tips? Well, I mean, it's been like 7 years since I started 6th grade, so I'm not sure. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find an answer to that question. Oh my gosh. If I'm gonna be so honest with you, my 6th grade experience was not very positive, but that was just for me. And I don't want my experience to, like, you know, ruin your idea of middle school, because I mean, honestly, just I think with just moving forward with like school stuff, like totally get involved in like clubs and events. You know, if you want to be involved with your school, because it's a good way to make friends and make connections and stuff. Middle school is also a really good time to actually like forge like close connections and bonds with people too. How do I record videos? On my phone. Is there a fandom you like that I should make an animatic about? The Amazing Digital Circus. Or Deltarune. Hey, Zapped! Bye, Aubrey. Take care. Oh my gosh, hi! Hello, Matthew. What brand of sketchbook is that? It is an ELO sketchbook. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm actually about to end the live here in a minute, because it is 10:31 right now. I have a question. If I were to like one day do a live stream, but it was me playing like a video game with friends, would you guys be interested in that? Or do you guys just like the art stuff? Like if I wanted to live stream like playing Peak with friends or something. Okay. Yay. All right. If I can figure that out, I'll totally try and plan something. Oh yeah, Ava. Thank you. You do you, girly pop. Welcome, Sunny. Welcome to the channel. Clone, I will drop Pomni another time. I actually, if you stick around till Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I decide to post the one thing, Pomni's in that drawing, so you will see a Pomni drawing then. La, 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 la. I need a green. I gotta go to bed. Have a good night. I was trying to join future lives. Alrighty. Good night. Oh, that's a yellow. Sorry, I'm like reaching for colors in the dark. I never finished this burger. Whoops. Y'all can tell I'm tired. There we go. Cheese. When are you making another sketchbook tour, by the way? I will make another sketchbook tour as soon as I finish a sketchbook. This one, unfortunately, is nowhere close to being done. However, this one is getting there. This one, I want to say, is a little over halfway, or like 2/3 of the way. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I have been in an art slump. I love the last sketchbook tour. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad everybody likes the sketchbook tours. Those are fun to film. I do want to do more than just sketchbook tours, though. I just need to actually make the videos, you know. I think the idea of it is a little daunting, just because it's like, it's new and I've never done it before, but I mean, how else am I gonna, you know. How many sketchbooks do you have? This is, sketchbook 18 was the last one I did a tour on. I believe this one is number 19, and then this one is number 20. So this one right here is my 20th sketchbook that I'm numbering. I also thought of doing a sketchbook tour of like my middle school sketchbooks, but like, would you guys be interested in that too? I want to get the main projects out of the way first, like the 20,000 subscriber special, where I draw people's OCs, and then yeah, maybe like one more sketchbook tour before I do that. But yeah, you guys get to see my origins. All right. Well, I'm probably gonna end the live here, you know, because I am tired. My brain is shutting down, and yeah. I will do another live stream. Probably, I normally do them once a month, but I'll probably do another one maybe like 2 weeks from now. And I'll either play a game, or it'll be another art live stream. But I'll be doing like more artwork than I did this one. Alright, I'm gonna end the live. You guys have a great night, and I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye.